I've played recorder since I was 5, I've played flute since I was 9, and I started piano when I was 11. But didn't actually start harp till about 6 years ago. I was on a contract up in Peterborough, and I thought, well, what can I do when I'm sat looking at the falls of B&B? I don't know, I'll take up a harp. So I did. I went and bought a 22-string lap harp. I found a local teacher. I had about 5 months worth of lessons. She told me the basics, and it was very similar to piano, so I'd got the logic already. It was just then technique and what to do. I did a couple of weddings with the small harp, mostly for friends. I then decided my little harp wasn't good enough to gig with, so I got a 34-string Camac lever harp, which is the one I play now. Last year, my company decided to target me for redundancy, so I decided, with a daughter as well, had a daughter in between, she's now 14, 15 months, so I took up the harp as a professional. Basically, you get 2 types of harp. You get the folk or the Celtic lever harp, and then you get the big gold impressive pedal harps, which is the concert harps. If you imagine, all the strings on the harp are like the white notes of the piano, and the levers enable you to get the black notes. It's purported to be one of the most difficult instruments. It has a lot of restrictions. You've got buzzing strings, and it's not as versatile as the piano. The piano using all 5 fingers, I'm only using 4. It takes a while to tune 34 strings, and also harps are very prone to climatising. So if you're in a very cold church or it's very damp outside, that's going to alter the tuning on my harp. So I try and tune right at the beginning, for 30 minutes, then right before I'm about to play, just so that the harps are climatised. I actually started playing folk music because I love to sing. I love to play the chords and sing the songs, and my husband and I went to the Outer Hebrides for our honeymoon and spent 3 weeks touring around there, and I love the Scottish music and finding really unusual Scottish folk tunes. So I do one that's a Hebridean song called Fairy's Love Song. I don't speak Gaelic at all, but I've got a lovely book that described phonetically how to pronounce all the words, so I sing it in English and then I sing it in rough Gaelic. I hope that nobody that speaks Gaelic ever hears that recording because it would be awful. I do tend to start off, I must admit, most weddings with O'Carolan pieces, and he was a 17th century Irish blind harpist who composed tunes about the people around him. I then have 4 different books, so I go from the traditional folk book. I then do the classical book, which has got Ave Maria, which I play and sing, Flower Duet by Delibes, which I duet with myself on. So instead of having 2 voices, one of the voices is a harp and the other one's me. I then do the popular book, so that's got everything like Here Comes the Sun, Everything I Do It For You, and all the love songs are in there. And I then got one, I started doing care homes and going into care homes to play for the residents. So I've got songs of patriotism and nostalgia. Quite a few hymns, that's got Amazing Grace, but it's also got White Cliffs of Dover and Pack Up Your Troubles in Your Old Kit Bag. They don't tend to come out at weddings very often.